Jeremiah Stermer's work is categorized as surrealist realism, a combination of the great Dutch painters with the irony and humor of the surrealists. They are seductive and have an escapist quality that is easy to get lost in. There are even hidden treats to entice you further. Welcome, Jeremiah.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Now, it's my understanding you started painting at a very young age.
At 11. At 11, I started painting. No one in the family painted. I just, out of the clear blue, started to, I grabbed some oil paints from my father's house paints in the basement, dabbed them on some cardboard, and set up a still life and painted it.
So pretty much self-taught?
Absolutely self-taught.
What did you paint back then?
I painted still lifes and surreal themes as well right from the beginning. You know, shapes floating in space and that kind of thing. Even inspired first from dreams that I had here and there.
Okay. But then you had an interesting event that kind of influenced some of your painting from then on.
Absolutely. When I was 30, I had a motorcycle accident, and I died for a moment. I don't know whether it was a few seconds or a few minutes, and I had a near-death out-of-body experience. I was out in the heavens floating around, knowing everything. I didn't really see anything particularly, but it was a knowing and definitely a feeling. And it was definitely clarifying and had an effect on my life. And 2 neighborhood dogs licked my face and pulled me back into my body and brought me back to life.
Thankfully you came back.
Yes, I am. I have things to do. I have things to say.
And you started to do what with your painting? How did this now help you define your painting?
Well, I always was interested in the positive aspect of dreams and the surreal aspect of our lives, if you will, and that bolstered it further so that I focused more on that positive, warm, almost heaven-like feeling and added that to the repertoire of what I paint.
Now, we've described your painting as surrealism. What is your definition of surrealism?
Again, I think it's this, the real truth that's sometimes not always visible, and it goes a little further. Even as simple as the passion I have toward a still life object or a vase of flowers or a single rose, is my attitude toward that painted into it.
Now we're looking at some samples of your work, and very clearly you pay a great amount of attention to detail.
I think it's important to have all the levels, so when you go into a painting you still have a treat, you know, for when you get in real close, the little piece of fuzz here and there. But it's not about rendering alone, it's about getting the ideas across. However, I do love the Dutch masters and the 19th century Academy painters who were great on that kind of detail.
When a person looks at your work, they should probably be part detective. And the other thing that I notice about your work is that you have a great sense of humor.
Playfulness is definitely at the core of everything. I just remind myself constantly, even from that experience that I told you about, is to not take life so seriously and look for that fun, playful side, you know, for the happy ending and everything, and that positive uplifting. This is what people buy and pay for when they collect my paintings, is that vibrance that comes off the paintings. They want to have that in their house and feel that.
Yeah, I was going to say, in contrast to a surrealist painter like Dali, who kind of, his work reflected the tortured, you know, soul of human existence, you don't do that.
Yeah, it's out there, and I could paint nightmares and maybe, you know, about the wars and, you know, political things that are going on these days, but I choose to stay with the one realm of the dreams and the positivity and even, you know, the visions that we have, half-sleep visions, what have you.
Okay. And how do you go about your painting?
Well, I get ideas from anything and everything, dreams, half-sleep visions that I've had, just ideas, even while I paint, ideas come to me. Or I'll go the other way and I'll set up a still life or some objects and I'll begin to see things and work ideas from there. I keep folders on every idea that I get, and as it builds, as I get ideas, those things go into that folder to remind me, so it's nice and fat when I'm ready to do the new painting.
All right, well, we hope you have a endless supply of new ideas on the horizon, and continue painting, and much success to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.